Yeah, Shamsi's really gone for me, man.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was talking about the grooming situation.
Oh, see, they're going to think I'm copying you now, but
no, it's alright.
Content over everything!
As long as you're respectful and we have
I'm cool. I'm not going to be hostile with you, but what's it going to say? He asked you about grooming guys already. He spoke to you about content.
Yeah, I don't.
In front of content.
No, not content, okay, but he spoke on some other thingy.
Okay.
I'm not going to get too deep into grooming.
No problem. Don't worry. It's cool.
I'm kind of getting like tired of talking about that subject now. Abdul Hakim's there, man. He won't talk to me then, in that case. I want to talk to him, but he won't talk to me. I'm rolling still. Yeah, all right.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, I came across a few of Raj's videos titled Muslim grooming gangs, and it's not just Raj, it's a whole lot of people, whether it be Sarah or Clam. And I don't know why they keep on labeling their videos Muslim grooming gang, Islamic grooming gangs, or so forth. The reason why I say this is because if a person labels their video Muslim grooming gang or Islamic grooming gang, it makes you look very ignorant. It makes you look very ignorant because if you either you have no knowledge of Islam, the person who's calling it Muslim grooming. Is it picking it up? Is it going to
pick it up? Don't worry.
Yeah? Okay. So, the person who titles a video Muslim grooming gang or Islamic music gangs, they either one, have no knowledge of Islam, or intentionally they're just being dishonest. I'll tell you why.
There could be a third option.
Can I just explain to you why? For example, if people believe, and I want to ask you, this is a question to you. Do you believe that these guys that are doing grooming gangs, are reading the Quran or reading a hadith about Prophet Muhammad's marriage to Aisha at a young age, and then are going out on Friday and Saturday nights, after reading the Quran and praying 5 times a day and reading the hadith and stuff and so forth, are going out, and getting drugs and getting alcohol and seducing them and how can I say, taking advantage of them. Is this what you believe they're doing?
Not under Islam. I've said a number of times that if you're a devout brother like yourself, or
I'm not devout.
If someone who's trying at least, or Shamsi or one of these guys, you're not going to be out grooming and stuff. You're not going to be thinking like that. So I have a different stance from like Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson says one thing, but I think people conflate that with me. I have a different viewpoint on why it's happening, and it's not because if someone's a devout Muslim and following Islam to the T, they're not going to be out drinking and plastering girls with drinks and drugs and prostituting them.
So why do you title your video Muslim? Why do you title your videos Muslim grooming gangs?
Because whether you agree with it or not, these people that have been convicted classify themselves as Muslim. So when I'll give you an example, when they're getting arrested, they will probably be asked, what is your ethnic background, your religion? When they get charged, they'll probably be asked about what's your food requirements, so they'll probably want halal meat. They will probably ask you need requirements about praying and stuff. So whether you think they're devout Muslims, obviously they're not, but are they still Muslim?
Okay, but the point is this, the term Muslim, you know what the word Muslim means? Yes?
Yeah, well, I have
someone who tries to submit to Allah's law.
Yeah.
Okay, or Allah's will, Okay, so people are doing grooming gangs. Because I'm not talking to you, you don't work for the prison system, do you?
Well, obviously I don't work for the prison system, but it's obvious that when you need to find out about somebody's specific requirements when they're going to prison, they will ask specific questions about religion.
The prison asks them, I'm talking about you.
You're
making a video.
Yeah, but I know from, in terms of the ethnicity and the people that have been charged, most of them classify themselves as Muslim.
Okay.
Now, for argument's sake, say if the statistics that out of the people that are being convicted, that, let's just say for argument's sake, even 30% of them are not Muslim. They might be Christian, they might be agnostics, they might be from anything, they don't classify themselves as Muslim. Even if it's that low, 70% is still a lot of people.
My point is this, my main point of this video, you titled the video Muslim grooming gangs.
Yeah.
Okay, a Muslim is someone that tries to submit to Allah. Are these people who are doing the grooming gangs trying to submit to Allah?
But let me ask you a question, is Muslim and Islam the same thing?
Yeah. A Muslim is someone that tries to follow Islam.
I don't know. But I've said I don't classify a Sikh and Sikhism as exactly the same. Sikhism is an ideology and a particular faith, and Sikhs are the people. So with Islam, you have Islam is an ideology and a way of living.
Let me give you an example.
But the people are the Muslims. Now the particular ideology, what you're following, could be perfect. But the people that are following it are going to be faulty, aren't they?
Let me give you an example. If some Sikh guys, if some brothers, please. So you can.
What do you mean about gassed up?
Hold on, let me hold on. Okay, hey bro, control yourself. I'm having a conversation.
Just because it's against your narrative, I'm gassed up.
I'm having a conversation. I want to show. I'm going to show him that this is incorrect. What I'm just saying, for example, what would you say amongst Sikhs is the highest problem you do with young Sikhs?
Alcoholism.
Alcoholism, yeah.
So it's a deadly problem.
Okay.
Very deadly problem.
Okay,
people are dying, man.
Okay. So brothers, I'm trying to speak. It's when people are shouting and have a side conversation, it's not easy. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, yeah, I'm asking you a question. If a group of Sikh guys got drunk with alcohol, yeah, and then raped to go, yes, and say this became common, I wouldn't say call them Sikh rape gangs. You know why?
I'll give you an example. If you had 80% of conviction rates of the people that would be the perpetrators were from a Sikh background, not Sikhism, you can be a Sikh but not be following Sikhism.
Exactly.
Yeah. The same with Islam. The people are not following Islam, but they're still Muslim, are they not?
No, but they're not.
Because you can't. I don't know, but the thing is, you cannot takfir somebody, can you? So if somebody who has been convicted says they're Muslim, we can only go by what they say.
You have the freedom to write what titles you want. A Muslim is someone that tries to submit to Islam. Yeah. So really, the way the term Muslim means someone that's trying to submit to Allah's will. Yes.
Yeah. But
for example, let me give you an example. Do you know that in Islam, that they have a difference of opinion over the person if he prays or not, whether he's still a Muslim, because the Prophet said the difference between a believer and a disbeliever is the salat. Whoever leaves the salat has disbelieved. Yes. So some scholars and stuff say because the Prophet said that a person who doesn't pray, he may call himself Muslim, he may just that and the other, he's not a Muslim. Because why? The Prophet said the difference between a believer and a disbeliever is the prayer, the 5 daily prayers. So if someone does do that, so I'm saying to you, a Muslim is someone that submits to Allah. Yeah? Me, because of my conscience and because of my fairness to humanity, if I was reporting on Sikhs or doing a video on Sikhs, and the main thing is alcoholism, and I'm sure some of these Sikhs that drink a lot of alcohol, you see the main problem is they drink, but do they go on to do things like fights and?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you. I'm
Can
gonna
I just finish the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is there's most probably, if you're saying that, because even not just Sikhs, in this country, 70% of violent crimes, all violent crimes, come from alcohol, yes?
Yeah.
And in this country, people don't know, but every week, 2 women are murdered, yes? From domestic violence.
Yeah.
And the majority of people in this country are white, but the point I'm trying to say to you, whatever crimes these Sikhs are doing through alcohol, if I was reporting on it or vlogging about it or doing a YouTube video about it, I wouldn't associate it to Sikhism.
Right.
The reason why, because I don't believe that Sikhism has any connection to it.
But this is the thing, I feel like I'm regurgitating the same thing over again and over again, because I've never used the argument that Tommy Robinson uses that is directly to do with Islam. I've said there's a particular mixture. So, but the thing is, you cannot ignore the statistics. Even if for argument's sake, say Quilliam, because a lot of people say Quilliam, their statistics are totally false. Just for argument's sake, say Quilliam, was out by 50%. Even if they were out by 50%, which is a massive, massive mistake to make, you would still have 45% of grooming cases done by 4% of the population. Even if I reduce that to 25%, it's still a problem. So I would go back to the Sikh situation. Sikhs have a massive problem with alcoholism. I also was an alcoholic. I stopped drinking 6 years ago. And how did I stop drinking? I stopped associating with a lot of Sikh people, Punjabi culture, because it's a bad thing. And we are not denying within our culture there is a problem with alcoholism. I know 2 people that have died. I nearly died. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I was in hospital for 2 days because I fell asleep and I got hypothermia when I was drunk.
But it's not Sikh alcoholism.
No, of course, because
it's not Sikh alcoholism.
I know, but see, Sikhism completely condemns this, yeah?
Okay, exactly.
But what I'm trying to say
so
to
why
you,
don't you title your video? See, this is what I'm trying to say. See, if you put Muslim in it, you're going to get more views. If you put Islam, everyone does this. Sarah does this, Clam does this, you do this. Why don't you just put grooming gangs?
Because that doesn't identify who the perpetrators are.
But you're not identifying them by putting Muslim grooming
hold on.
gangs.
If I just put Asian Muslim,
No, I didn't say to put
Asians.
Asians. I didn't say to put Asians.
But you got to start identifying.
No, why? Excuse
hold
me.
on,
No.
I'm going to use the analogy again so people understand.
No, you don't.
I need to use one
They
analogy.
don't put white porn addict, child porn, do they? They don't
I
say
need to use an analogy.
But they don't say
I've done
white
this
child
analogy
porn.
before. It's about apples. So I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, apples. If Sikhs were convicted, 65% in terms of the 65% of the convictions for stealing apples was done by Sikhs. You could identify when you saw their name, Sikh, sing this. Would you not want to know why Sikhs are stealing apples?
No. Do you know why? Because
you would want to know why they're stealing apples.
No, that's not why. I don't need to know they're Sikh. If there's an issue, if we're Sikhs drinking alcohol, for example, you've told me now that Sikhs have a problem with alcoholism.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
I don't need to know their religion, do I?
But I've never said that it's to do with Islam.
You do.
No, I've said,
bro.
That I'd separate. You may not separate it. I separate Islam and Muslims.
How?
I do.
Where's a Muslim?
For me, you can.
No, for you. What is Quran saying?
A lot of guys here would classify themselves as Muslim.
You can't say what Muslim is.
Hold on, I can.
You can't.
I can.
How?
So, I can because a lot of people here classify themselves as Muslims. Do they not? Is it for you to say they're not Muslims?
Excuse me. You're Sikh, yes? You're Sikh.
Let me answer me.
You're not.
There are guys all over the place here that may be doing things that you don't agree with, but are you the one to classify whether they're Muslim or not?
I classify them how the Quran and Sunnah classifies them.
Yeah,
so, for example,
I'm talking about them. Can they classify themselves as Muslim?
Hold on. I cannot classify a Muslim how I want to, and a Muslim, and no one can classify how they want to. They have to classify them how the Quran and Sunnah says. So I'm asking you a question. Yes, there's people, the Sikhs dealing with alcoholism. It has nothing to do with Sikhism, is it? Yes.
And I've also said it's got nothing directly to do with Islam.
So I'm saying to you.
So do I need to explain what I said?
Excuse me. Why I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
Is Muslim a religious title? Yes or no?
A Muslim is an individual, and they could be flawed.
Okay, can you be a Muslim?
Your religion or ideology may be perfect.
Okay,
I don't know.
What's the word Muslim mean? What does it mean?
I don't know the exact meaning of the word Muslim.
But you're using it in your titles, in your videos.
Well, I know it describes a group of people.
Okay, let me tell you. It's an Arabic word. Muslim means someone that is trying to submit to Allah's will. Yes? Okay, people.
But do I need to know that to understand?
Yes, you do. If you're going to put a word in your title, it's best to know what it means. Yes, you do need to know. So excuse me. No, because if you're sensitive to the people whose name you're using, you would be doing it.
I'm going to be straight.
So for example,
I'm sorry, guys. I've gone point of sensitivity. I'm sick of.
Raj.
Get in here.
Excuse me.
Hold on. There is a point here I've reached here where I'm only going to talk to people about grooming like yourself with sensible people. This is why I spoke to you. There's a lot of people that wanted to speak about it, and I refuse because there is a lot.
Hold on. Entertainment.
To resolve an issue, to resolve an issue, like for Sikhs, to resolve alcoholism, how do you resolve it? You admit there's a problem. I know there's a problem because I was an alcoholic. I've been drunk for 6 years. So to admit there's a problem with grooming, whether it's to do with Muslim, Pakistanis, Bengalis, whatever, there is a problem up north with grooming of girls, and the Sikhs have been fighting this for a long time, including my own relative who was groomed. I know 50 girls that have been groomed from that particular my own case. Yeah, you don't understand because you're from an Afro-Caribbean background.
No, I understand.
Yeah? No, you don't.
Excuse me,
because you don't understand the South Asian element.
Excuse me, I do understand. Look, I'm asking you a question. The word Muslim, do you know what it means?
You've described to me.
No, do you know what the word? You use Muslim in your title. You say Muslim grooming
gangs.
But
what do you want me to title it? What would you feel comfortable with me titling?
You said the word Muslim grooming gangs. Now I'm going to ask you a question.
Because I'm not going to change.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you. You're using a word. Do you know what the word you use? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Well, let's not argue.
No, I'm not arguing.
Okay. You're writing a title for a YouTube video, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Words have meanings, yes? Okay. So for example, let me give you an example, yeah? Some black people have decided, yes, that they're going to refer to each other as nigger, yes? Yeah. Some people have said they're not going to use it, yes? Some people have said they don't going to use it, they don't agree with it, yes? I'm sure you believe that it's up to black people whether they want to use the word nigger amongst themselves or not, yes?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you call a black person a nigger?
No.
Why not?
Because it's a disgusting word.
And because it has a meaning, yes?
It's a derogatory word. Muslim isn't.
Okay, but are black people allowed to call each other nigger?
I don't think anyone should call each other.
Okay,
that
but
name,
if they decide they
if
would.
they want to, but I think it's a silly thing.
Okay,
to do
would
anyway.
you as an Asian use the word nigger?
No, I don't. I
No.
haven't.
Okay, so now Muslims, that word means something.
Get that Indian out of it,
Excuse
man.
me. So that word, the word Muslim means something to Muslims. Yes.
Yeah. But
Okay.
they're-
Can I finish?
Can I say something?
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we're gonna see if you're just or not. Muslims, that just like the word nigger. Everyone agrees, I'm sure, who's not black, that black people. I don't believe you should use the term, but everyone who's not black agrees. Black people can decide whether they want to use the word nigger amongst themselves or not.
Hold on.
Now-
You need to let me talk.
Can
I
I-
need to ask you a question first before you go on. That particular word is a derogatory word that was used in America against black people.
Okay.
The word Muslim has
Can
no
I-
derogatory connotation
I
to it.
disagree with you. Okay, I disagree with you. I tell you
What
why.
is the secondary?
I tell you why.
Is there another derogatory meaning to the word Muslim?
Nigel,
apart from Muslim?
Raj, let's respect each other, yeah? You can speak for as long as you
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
and I'm not going to interrupt you, yeah? So what I'm trying to say to you, we agree that black people have this term nigger. Some people say that it was given to us.
You
It
do.
was.
Sorry.
Listen.
Sorry.
We have this,
I am.
we have this word nigger, yeah? We got it through slavery, yes? Now the whole thing is this. Some black people say this word was a word of abuse and we should never use it, yes? Other black people say, no, we're going to take that word and we're going to use it as a form of endearment and use it against them and use it in our hip hop and this, and we're going to retake back the word, yes? Okay, so I'm sure everyone who's not black says it's up to black people to decide whether we use this term or not. As an Asian guy using the word nigger, it's offensive, you agree?
Yeah, of course it's offensive.
Okay, now we have the word Muslim. That word Muslim is an Arabic word. It means someone trying to submit to God's will. We as Muslims do not believe that grooming gangs are submitting to Allah's will. Are you still going to use that word in your title?
Yes, I'll definitely use the word.
See? Will you use nigger? Will you use nigger? Will you use nigger?
Firstly, you're using a false equivalency because you're using the word, the N-word, which has a negative connotation to it. It has a history behind it. The word Muslim is a faith. Is a person, an individual.
Okay.
There is no negative connotation to the word Muslim.
Yes, there
as
is.
there is nothing
Yes,
to the
there
word
is.
Sikh.
Yes, there is.
If I was to say,
yes, there is.
There
Do you
is
know why
no
there is?
what? Show me the history
Can
of a negativity, a negative connotation to the word Muslim.
Do you know why there is?
The same.
Excuse me.
I'm going to be
Hassan,
straight
be
with you.
quiet, I'm speaking
Let me,
to him.
hold on. Let me say something here. I think it's very disingenuous to use the word the N-word and classify it as the same offence as the word Muslim. You are degrading that particular word because there are a lot of people here. If you call someone an N-word, you're insulting a man. If I say he's an Asian, if I call someone a Muslim, am I insulting him?
Can I finish?
Oh no, but you need to
Can I finish?
clarify.
I'm going to answer.
When I call someone a Muslim, am I insulting them?
Okay,
if I
when you're-
called him an N-word,
That's not
am I
the whole-
insulting
that's
them?
not the context.
No, it is because you're trying to equivocate the two, and you can't.
They're two different examples.
Have you finished? Have you finished?
Yeah.
Have you finished? Stop being a puppet. Sir, stop being a puppet. I'm talking to him.
Listen, when you stop accusing
Shut
me
up,
of being a racist, man, shut
Yeah,
up.
be quiet.
How
Be
stupid
quiet. You're all
you look
bark.
then,
You're all
innit?
bark. You're all
How
bark.
stupid you look.
You're all bark. You're all bark.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll bite as well,
so let
don't
me explain
worry.
it to
I'll
you.
make it
Let me explain to you. You can speak for yourself, yeah?
Yeah, come on.
We're having a
conversation.
we don't have a problem,
We're
do
having
we?
a conversation.
We don't have a
Yeah, we
problem,
have
do
a
we?
problem, no.
We're having
It may get heated, but it's not a
We're
problem.
having a civilized thing. Okay, this is my argument. My argument is very simple. There's a word called nigger, yes? It was given to people through slavery. Some black people say never use it, not even as a force of endearment and music. Some people say, no, we're going to take back that word and use it, just so we take it away from them and we use it, so it's not bad anymore. You all agree as Asians that it's amongst black people and they can decide to use it or not. We're not going to use it. Okay, so now my problem with you is that, or my issue with you and Kalab and Sarah and so forth, you title your videos and stuff, Muslim grooming gangs. Can I finish? The word Muslim means someone trying to submit to Allah. So someone trying to submit to Allah is not going to do grooming guns and take advantage of young girls and give them drugs and give them alcohol and give them weed. Hold on. Yes, and link her and have sex with her. Yeah, outside of marriage and all this kind of stuff. So what I'm trying to say to you, Muslim means someone that submits to Allah. Right. So when you put Muslim grooming gangs, it's a contradiction. Yes or no?
All right. Can I speak then? You need to let me allow. What you're doing here is making an argument that is false. It's a false equivalency. Your argument may be correct in the sense that you feel offended that I'm using the word Muslim, but to equate that with the word N is completely unacceptable because the word N has a massive history behind it and it is also a racially derogatory term. The word Muslim is just your particular faith. You are a Muslim. If I was to say to him, you're an N-word, I'm insulting him. If I say you're a Muslim, how am I insulting him?
Can I answer you?
I know, but
No, can I answer that question?
If you could have used,
answer that question,
you should have used the word the P
No,
word.
you're wrong. You're wrong.
You
No,
should have
you're
used
wrong.
the you should have
No,
used the
you're
P
wrong.
word for Asians.
Do you know why you're wrong?
Because that is a racial slur,
Raj,
not Muslim.
Raj, if you had a video that just said Muslim, I ain't got a problem with it.
I can't say it.
Excuse,
Though.
hold on.
I can't say it.
Raj, my problem, if you had a video, bro. If you had a video that just said Muslim, there's no issue there. Look, the word nigger, yes, is offensive, yes? Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you is this. And look, he's for games, I'm not here for games. So what I'm trying to say to you, the word nigger is offensive. And to me, the word Muslim.
To you.
Hold on, let me finish. Excuse me.
If someone's not a Muslim here,
Excuse
it's
me,
not
you ain't
offensive.
heard me, you ain't.
But
No,
you're
Raj,
using
you're not listening.
No, but you're using
Raj,
a subjective.
Raj,
you're using subjectivity
what's negative to
to
you?
try and do an argument.
Raj,
this is not objectivity.
Raj, you're not listening to me.
Because no, I
You're not
can't.
listening to
Because no. Let me
You're not
say
listening
something.
to me.
Because we're going around in circles here.
You're not listening
We're going
to
around
me.
in circles
Raj,
with an argument that is not worth it.
You're not listening to me. What's offensive to me? What's offensive to me?
No, to you.
Tell me what's offensive.
To you.
No, tell me what's
But it
offensive.
may not be offensive to these guys.
Raj, tell me what I find
I
offensive.
know you find it offensive that I use the word Muslim.
No, that's not
but
it.
To
No,
with the grooming.
No,
with grooming.
No, let me
With
tell
the
you.
word
You
grooming.
never heard. Since you never heard me, let me tell you again.
I said
You're
with
not
the word
listening. You're not
Muslim
listening,
agreement.
Raj. That's what I'm saying. You're not listening. You're not listening. The word nigger alone to black people is offensive. You agree with that, yes?
Of course
And
I
then you
agree with
don't
that.
agree for people outside of the context to use it. Some people say not even black people should use it. We understand that. Now, Muslim grooming gangs. I can guarantee you, yes, you're always gonna find some sellout, yeah, that's a Muslim, yeah? Like you always find a black guy with the ED or UKIP or this, that, and the other, and so forth.
And the Sikh as well.
Yeah, and a Sikh as well. So what?
Big up Tommy Robinson.
So what today? Muslims. Okay, what you say?
Big deal.
Muslim, yeah? Do we find the term either Islamic or Muslim grooming gangs, yes? Do we find it offensive?
I feel so offended.
Watch
Sorry.
it. Raj, watch this. Are you Muslim, brother? Are you Muslim?
Yeah, no, sorry, guys.
Okay.
Can you repeat that for a second?
See, he wasn't listening.
Sorry, can you
See,
repeat it?
he wasn't listening.
Sorry, they were distracting me. Go on. I'm
Okay,
human.
so I take what you say seriously.
I know,
so
I do,
listen.
but some
Okay,
people are just
So what I'm trying to say to you, I'm saying to you, we as Muslims find the word either Islamic grooming gangs or Muslim grooming gangs offensive. You're Muslim, yes? Do you find the word? Okay, do you find Muslim grooming gangs offensive? Okay, do you find Muslim grooming gangs? Okay, brother,
care.
do you find Muslim? Oh, well, you don't
care if you found it
Okay,
offensive.
okay.
So you deliberately.
No problem. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you is this. Look.
Do you think by
Excuse-
challenging you're going to make me change my
But
mind?
Raj, no, I'm not trying to change your mind, Raj. But you said you don't believe that practicing Muslims, yes, who try to pray 5 times a day and so forth, you don't believe they do grooming gangs, yes?
No, I don't believe they do.
Okay, and a Muslim, the word Muslim means someone that submits to brothers. Brother, look. Raj said earlier, it's on video. Raj said earlier on video that he doesn't believe, and I thank him for that, that he says he doesn't believe that Islam, the Quran and the Sunnah, teaches you to go out and do grooming gangs, yes? And a practicing Muslim, you mean...
And I've said it loads of times.
It's someone that prays 5 times a day and so forth. So the word Muslim means someone that submits to Allah.
But-
Praying 5 times a day, not smoking, not drinking, not doing weed, not doing grooming gangs.
Hold on, can I?
It's submitting to Allah.
We need to let me speak.
Go ahead.
You cannot determine whether a man says he's Muslim or he's not Muslim. He may be doing stuff sinful, yeah, but can still be classified as Muslim, can he not?
Is it from Islam?
Hold on, I've said he's not from Islam, but is he not Muslim still?
He's a Muslim.
So what do I classify the man as? He's
Okay,
not,
you know what you call it? I tell you.
He's not Sikh, he's not Hindu.
Call it grooming gangs. That's
No,
what
no,
you
no,
call
you
it.
can't call it grooming gangs.
Why?
You can't tackle the problem then.
Why? The problem isn't religious.
problem is-
How does... Excuse me.
There is a problem.
Excuse me, adding Muslim doesn't help you solve the problem.
There is a problem. If you don't identify the culprit,
Excuse me.
you cannot tackle the
Do
problem.
you know why it doesn't make sense? Because adding the term Muslim doesn't help you solve the problem.
Hold on, are Sikhs doing grooming on an epidemic
No,
scale?
but it doesn't solve the problem. Look.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay,
Are Sikhs
so
doing
Raj,
grooming on
Raj.
an epidemic scale?
Oh, so Raj, do you believe this, yeah? If you made a video called Muslim Grooming Gangs, do you really think a Muslim watched that video, yeah, and said, damn, it has Muslim in the title, yeah? And because it says Muslim in the title and it goes against my faith, I should stop doing this because it goes against my religion.
I don't do it for you guys.
So who'd you do it for?
I do it for people that want to listen to my videos. If you don't want to listen to it, don't watch.
Okay, so why?
I'm not forcing
I don't
you.
understand. Why did you name it grooming gangs then?
Because I have a right, we're
Yeah.
in the UK, we have freedom of speech,
Yeah.
and we have the freedom of expression, that I can write down Muslim grooming gangs if that's what I
No,
genuinely
you
believe.
can do whatever you want, but I'm saying to you, it's got nothing to do with Islam or
All
Muslims.
right, can I explain why I
Don't make
still put
sense.
it? Because you need to let me explain it, because then you're not going to
I heard
understand
the explanation. It don't make sense.
No, but to me it does make sense. So these people may not have heard it. So let me repeat it. Now, I am not saying Islam, yeah, that people are in the mosque praying 5 times a day, doing their fast and stuff and going to grooming. Obviously, somebody who's a devout Muslim is not going to do that because they don't want to touch alcohol. But you have a toxic mix of 3 elements that I've said. First of all, South Asian culture, including my culture. Yeah, Sikhs and Hindus, you do not understand this culture of honor. Yeah, you don't understand, because you're from Afro-Caribbean, you don't understand the culture of honor. Yeah, and what happens in honor culture within Sikhs and Hindus and Muslims is that even when abuse happens, instead of dealing with it, they'll either beat the perpetrator or tell the girl to go somewhere else and hide it. That is not solving the problem. And I've known lots of situations where something's happened and the guys are beating someone up and then they go in prison, whereas what they should have done was to go to the police. So there's an honor culture within all South Asian communities, yeah, which is very, 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 very backwards, and it's causing issues. Because the only way to solve a problem is to go to the police. You can't do vigilantism. Yeah, it was just going to get worse and worse. The second, yeah, is the part, so if people don't get triggered, is the part, I need to ask you first, can something good come from something bad?
Maybe.
Yeah. So if
Wait, can something good come from something bad? Elaborate.
All right, so I would say, some people don't like this particular analogy. I say that, say a Catholic priest here, he was told to be celibate. Celibacy and trying to control your lust is a good thing. But what happens to that priest is becomes deviant and starts sexually abusing boys on an epidemic scale. Because it's not within a man's nature to be celibate. Yeah? So in itself, celibacy might be seen as good, but it's not. Yeah. So what I'm going to say now, when you're telling the Muslims in the West that you've got to lower your gaze, lowering your gaze is good. Not touching a woman's hand is good. Yeah, in the sense that it's being respectable. Dress modestly is good. But then you have a problem here when you're in the West that with Sikhs, we actually mix with women all the time. When I'm at the temple, my mum's there. My mum's cooking. She's part of the committee. Women are running the temples. Women are praying with the men. We're together 24/7. Since I was born, we was mixing. So you then have this healthy relationship.
How many women imams have you got?
So can I just finish that? So
I know it's all staged,
yeah.
but how many women imams have
You've been drinking a bit, ain't you?
Yeah, just 1 minute. Let me just finish
You've
this.
been drinking a bit, ain't you?
Answer me. Answer me then.
So what happens is that
very angry.
That's all staged. It's
very
fucking
angry.
bollocks.
So-
how many women imams
Have
have
a
you
break,
got?
have a Kit Kat.
Hey, no, fuck you.
Yeah,
I live opposite a
I'm hard.
mosque.
No,
I'm not.
Have a
Neither
break.
are you,
Have a
'cause
break.
somebody fucking
Have a
offered
break.
you
Have
out.
a break. Have a break in the Kit
Come
Kat.
on, dude.
Hey,
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
it is staged.
Mighty Mouse. Have a break.
You've
Have a
got
Kit
a fucking
Kat.
Sikh and a Muslim talking
Yeah,
bollocks
I
together.
had a few drinks,
Talk
mate.
properly.
Yeah.
How many fucking imam women have you
Yeah,
got?
move away, man. Move away.
Have you videoed that?
Move away.
No, Joe, if you got
Come on, relax, man.
Yeah, have a break. Have a Kit
How
Kat.
many were there?
All right, so
No, how many women imam have
Calm,
you
be
got?
quiet, be
You haven't got
quiet,
any.
be quiet, be quiet, be quiet.
Diversity.
Don't hurt yourself, don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself, don't hurt yourself. Be careful.
So can I just carry on here? So within the Hindu and Sikh community, although there's not a totally healthy mix about women, there is a more healthy kind of mixing between the women. Yeah, you may not have that because you're from an Afro-Caribbean background. So you're not used to this kind of stuff. You then have the third mix. Sorry. You then have the third mix, yeah, which is the mixture of the West. Now I am a traditionalist in my beliefs, yeah. You know that. I don't agree with drinking. I don't agree with fornicating. I agree with women dressing modestly. So a lot of Islam I agree with. But when you have women walking around here that don't agree with that, can you not see that some guys that are sexually frustrated, who are being told to kind of like repress their urges, might deviate a bit?
I disagree because I was a convert. I had girlfriends before.
You're talking about yourself. You're a sensible guy.
No, but there's many different
No,
people.
there's a lot of degenerates around the world.
I converted to Islam in
There's
jail.
a lot of degenerates around the world.
You saying I'm a good guy, but I converted to Islam in jail, and there's many others that convert to Islam in jail, and they used to have girlfriends all the time, and now they're getting married and sorting themselves out. So without being they don't have to be sexual perverts.
Going out with a girl is not deviating, is it?
What's deviating?
What I'm talking about is when a guy starts seeing a white girl who's not moral in their lesser in their eyes and starts thinking they're fair game because they're not behaving in a particular way that is Islamic.
Okay, fair, but it's nothing to do with it's nothing to do with Islam, though.
You
Islam.
cannot say it's got nothing to do with it.
It's got, excuse me.
It may be a negative effect of something good.
This is the point I'm trying to make. These guys that are groom ganging, do you think they're reading the Quran on Friday night?
Using a false equivalency.
Excuse me.
I've never said that.
No, but you're saying that Islam because.
No, I've said that when you're sexually repressing a group, saying that you can't look at
these
women.
These guys are not sexually repressed. You know why?
They're not now because they're grooming.
No, they're not. No, they're not sexually possessed because they're not following the laws of Islam. They got girlfriends and stuff like that.
What I'm saying to you is that at the beginning, when they're being brought up, that women are supposed to be separate. Women are like what do you call them? You call them like jewels that you need to cover. Yeah, and the women here are basically like an object to a certain degree. You're then, when you come to the West, when you come to the West and women are not dressing the way you want them to, some degenerates, would see that girl as fair game.
But the Quran doesn't say so.
I've not said the Quran says so.
So why are you, okay,
no,
so then Islam tells you to go against.
I've not said Islam.
Okay, so Raj,
I said Muslim.
So Raj, Islam tells you that you should lower your gaze, yes? Islam says that if a person's having sexual urges, you should fast. So the whole
Which
thing
is good in itself.
Okay, hold on. So what I'm trying to say to you, there's many people who know about hijab and not free mixing and this, that, and the other, and they don't go out and do groom ganging and stuff like that. Yes?
Of course, because there's some guys that are highly sexually charged, some guys have got no libido, and some guys have got basically asexual.
Okay,
so you have different types of men.
So Raj,
some men are degenerate, some men are sensible. So you're judging humanity.
So you say the problem is the society?
I've said it before. Humanity is flawed. I'm a misanthrope.
So you're blaming it. So is it the problem?
Yes, I don't like you. I think the humanity is flawed. I don't want to say
okay,
it again.
so
I'm a misanthrope.
So it's not Islam to blame, it's the society, yes?
Society is flawed as well. And Muslims are humans.
You're using the word fraud.
But this is why I'm saying to you that an ideology could be perfect, but the people are not.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking
so it's the people here that are practicing the faith.
I'm telling you, the society that tells women to go out half naked and this, that, and that.
I don't agree with that.
Are you saying it's fraud?
Of course it's fraud.
So you're blaming the society, yes?
I'm not blaming the society.
You're blaming English society
no, I didn't blame
until
that.
it goes to go around
I've never victim blamed because my own niece.
You are, Raj. You're saying it.
My own cousin was groomed here.
You're saying it though.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
it's Islam to blame.
I'm saying to you that there is a situation.
Do you know it's coming home?
Yeah.
It's coming home. It's coming home. Football's coming home. It's coming home. That will unite.
And you know what? And you know what? And if they lose, they're gonna start breaking stuff. And if they lose, they're going to start breaking stuff. They did. Did you see the tweet? Did you see the tweet?
Come on. Keep it positive, man. That was a nice thing, dude.
Are you not aware?
The Muslim brother was shaking about.
Are you not aware?
It was a nice thing, man. Like, don't bring it negative, man. We was having a good time.
Are you not aware of the ambulance getting smashed up?
But what I'm trying to say to you is there's a white guy that's come over to build bridges. And instead of going negative, just build a bridge.
Right, whatever.
Just build a bridge.
Okay.
You were dancing with a Muslim brother. Yeah?
Okay, Raj, I'm asking.
You were dancing with a Muslim guy. You should have said, bro, wicked, man.
I'm asking you a question.
Instead of going, oh, you're...
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question, yes?
Come take away everything from your humanity.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
I've said there's 3 toxic mix. One, you have a South Asian, backward, misogynistic honor culture that you don't understand. You have a situation with Muslims and Islam where you're telling Muslims, young boys, that you have to repress your sexuality to a certain degree. You can't look at women. Women need